Back at the Redwood Bowl to kick off the 2025 college football season. College of the Redwoods Corsairs play host to Sacramento City College alongside my partner for the entire season, Liam Warner. I am Mitchell Mongi on Humboldt's ESPN 107.3 FM and KATAM 1340, where you can catch us all season long on the radio, also streaming live on the College of the Redwoods football YouTube page. Liam, Corsairs have moved up to the national division in the offseason following 4 years of success since the helm of Coach Jason White. Him and his staff have this team prepped and ready to hopefully elevate their level of competition, elevate their level of play, and continue the success that they've had at College of the Redwoods.
Yeah, it's definitely a new era for College of the Redwoods football. Really excited. It's going to be a much higher level of competition. The days of beating up on teams 56-0, that era is most likely over. Coach White told me over the offseason every single game is going to be a battle. So I think the fans are really going to enjoy the increased level of competition here at the Redwood Bowl and all season. It's going to be fun.
And there's a lot of unknowns coming into the game today. Obviously, as you elevate it, you've got a whole different set of opponents, a couple familiar names on the schedule, but for the most part, it's going to be, as we said, an increased level of competition, and you got a lot of turnover for the Corsairs. It's going to be a new quarterback. Bryton Livingston still on the roster, but it was beat out for the job by Quentin Buckland. Buckland will be the starter, and full go. No quarterback switching off. It's going to be Buckland's game from the get-go. And also high on another returner on offense, Ethan Bunton, the right tackle. Jason White had a ton of praise for him. But other than that, we're going to see a lot of new faces on the offensive end, Liam. And one notably missing, running back Isaiah Hemmings, who has gone off, I believe, to Southern Utah, if I remember correctly. But a dynamic playmaker in the backfield. You're going to be looking for, as always, next man up.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, running back, is a little bit of a question, but of course, the quarterback battle was a big story over the offseason. Of course, Bryton Livingston has the advantage, in the offense, but, Coach White raved about Quentin Buckland's athleticism, his arm. And I know a lot of time went into the decision making of who to choose for the starting quarterback. So excited to see him play. I think it's going to be good. Of course, there are a lot of good returners on defense. Offense is a little more of a question, obviously, with all the turnover, special teams as well. So, yeah, excited to see what this team looks like. Week one is always a bit of a question in this world of junior college football where there's a lot of turnover.
We're going to take a 90-second timeout for the national anthem. When we come back, kickoff. College of the Redwoods hosts Sac City here on ESPN 107.3. Getting set for kickoff. College of the Redwoods football hosts Sacramento City College. The Panthers, coached by Danny Walker, and their first trip up here to the Redwood Bowl as the Corsairs now in the National Division. Corsairs will receive to start this game as College of the Redwoods is going to be in all black uniforms. The visiting Panthers, maroon helmets, white jerseys, maroon pants as they get set to kick it away. It'll be Darren Dodd, the return man, as well as Dominic Conat, returner defensive back. Conat, a local product out of Eureka, California. As we're just about ready, Liam. Falls in the air. Football season is underway. First snaps for College of the Redwoods in the national division. They've taken a step up, and we will see the offense and Quentin Buckland here first for Redwoods. As Sac City gets ready to kick it away. The Redwood Bowl, Liam Warner, Mitchell Manji. College of the Redwoods football all season long. It's handled by Dodd at the 5, looking for a cutback lane. Makes a man miss, still on his feet across. He loses the ball, and it's recovered by the Panthers, going the other way and tackled down just short of the goal line, the exact opposite of anything you want to see. A special teams miscue on the opening kickoff. The Panthers are going to be set up, going the other way, 1st and goal.
Well, needless to say, that's not the way you want to start the season.
Not at the slightest. As Dodd, some good moves out there, made a couple guys miss and just lost the football, went right into the hands of the defender for the Panthers, took it all the way down to the 2-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 1. Wow. What a start. Of course, there's shuffling, trying to get the right personnel package on defense. I'm sure they would have liked to come out in a base package rather than a heavy set here, pinned up against their own goal line. So we've got another player coming off. And 11 finally on the defense. Under center will be the quarterback, Vince Arcuri. As a handoff on the left side and stopped short, and finally extending in for the touchdown is Jack Carner. And just 16 seconds into the first quarter, Sac City's on top 6-0 with PAT coming up. So that's one way to start off your tenure in the national division.
Well, an instant reminder how good these opposing teams are going to be.
Mistakes will come back. Despite the Corsairs of PAT, movement before the snap, flags fly, kick is up, and it was right down the middle, but I believe this is going to be no play as there was contact before the ball was snapped. Referees will converge at the center of the field to get the call. Still conferring, but yet to receive any hand signal or anything regarding the call. But either way, we'll line up and do the PAT try again. They're not backing Sac City up. We had flags flying on either end, and they're trying to spot the ball at the same spot. As it's game one for everybody, including the referees, as they try to get things in order. So an early 6-0 lead for Sacramento City. Encroachment against College of the Redwoods. So they just joining us on ESPN 107.3. Had a little technical difficulties getting us on the air. We are underway 16 seconds into the first quarter. Redwoods fumbled the opening kickoff. It was returned back to the 2-yard line. One play later, Jack Carner punched it in. Sac City up 6-0. Redwoods offsides again as a line drive kick is up and good, and it will hold with the PAT. So a 7-0 lead for the Sac City Panthers. You're listening to Redwoods football on ESPN 107.3. So kickoff for Sacramento Cities. We'll do take two. Dodd on the return again. He fumbled On the opening kickoff, Dodd with a seam at the 24, crashes down at the 25-yard line, able to hang on to the football, and now we will see the Corsairs offense as they trail 7-0, 14:38 to go in the first quarter. Redwoods got the opening kickoff and fumbled. Sac City Panthers took it on down to the 2-yard line. Jack Carter finished it off with a 1-yard touchdown run. And Redwoods, who was supposed to start the game, we were supposed to see the offense. New quarterback Quinton Buckland starts trailing 7-0.
Yeah, week one is where you're going to see, a lot of mistakes. Of course, JUCO football with all the turnover. A lot of new guys, of course, but on every unit of the team. So, yeah, just an unfortunate way to start, but hopefully Redwoods can fight their way back here.
So it is Quinton Buckland in the shotgun, starting quarterback. Hank Ohlenberger hit the running back to his right. 3 receivers. The tight end is Cody Hayes. It's a handoff to Ohlenberger up the middle. Ohlenberger good for 5 on the carry. Brings up 2nd down and 5. Offensive line for Redwoods is going to be left tackle Ezra Bailey. Keikoa Kahukaluna. The left guard, center Cameron Caspino. Right guard Jaira Yowani. And the right tackle Ethan Bunton. Tight end Cody Hayes, Darren Dodd, Saul Reyes, and Alex Meadows, the receivers, as Corsairs will go to a 2 tight end set. Bring in Jack Dascom. Buckland in the gun. Hard count and going to go up and change the play at the line. Ohlenberger shifts from left to right. Corsairs right to left as we see it, and the handoff over the right side is a carry by Ohlenberger again. That's going to be close to 1st down yardage. And depending on the spot, Ohlenberger may have enough, and he does. So I heard an interesting comment this morning, Urban Meyer on the Fox pregame show, a point that he made in regards to a freshman quarterback. Your goal is to get 2 first downs and don't throw the ball over the sides, over the middle of the field. So there's first down number 1. If you can get a second, that gives you the opportunity to flip the field as the Corsairs will shift the formation. Tight trips bunch left, 1 receiver out right in the pistol. Buckland again hands off to Ohlenberger, met in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Pressure by C.J. Milliken makes the stop for a 3-yard loss. Corsairs behind the sticks, 2nd down and 13. Jared Yowani has moved back to the offensive side of the ball. He was played defense for most of the season. Last year, defensive line. Starting at right guard, talked to defensive line coach Marcus Coleman, said he's just a natural offensive lineman. The guy who just wakes up and is ready to play O-line. And he'll be part of that strong right side as Buckland takes the snap. Little screen pass too high. Looking for Ohlenberger on the left side. It'll bring up 3rd down and long. Feel free to hop in again. College of the Redwoods YouTube live stream in the chat. Let us know how you're listening from. Jesse at All Phase Property Maintenance tuning in as Redwoods football back on the Redwood Bowl. Local prep high school football kicking off around the county last night as well. It's going to be a triple header up at McKinleyville High today as Buckland takes the snap, pumps left, now comes right, tipped up, and falls harmlessly. A dangerous pass deflected by the defense as the drive stalls after a first down. Corsairs will be forced to punt. So the kicking duties, both punting and kicking, were handled by outstanding Ryan Thomas last year. So newcomers on special teams, as it'll be Cole Newton on to punt for Redwoods. Heels at his own 21. The snap, kick is away. A line drive spiral going to be fielded at the 35 by the Panthers. McFarland over the middle. Flag flies in. He's going to be brought down near midfield. So very good starting field position for the Panthers on both of their first 2 drives. And we'll see Coach DeMero Wheeler's defense for the first time out in the middle of the field. The last time they got the opportunity, it was one play pinned up against the goal line against Sac City. Redwoods got the kickoff. fumbled it on the return. Sac City ended up at the 2, punched it in. They currently lead 7-0. 12:26 to go in the first quarter. We have a penalty marker on the return. Legal block in the back goes against the Panthers, so they'll back them up 15 yards from the spot. So all the way back to the 30-yard line. So advantage Corsair defense. So we'll take a look at the starters on the defense. Shifting. Usually ran the 4-down lineman set the last several years. Based on depth, they're going to be running a 3-man front with Luke Saraceno, Kyler Smith, and Eli Freehoff, the 3-down linemen. Empty set, 5 receivers. Arcuri makes a completion over the left side. Still spinning is the running back, Carner, who is lined up in the slot. He gets close to 10 yards before being forced out of bounds. And that'll move the chains. So out to the 41-yard line, 11-yard pitch and catch. Panthers able to move the sticks on officially their second drive on offense. Arcuri in the pistol, running back directly behind him. Takes the snap, and it's a handoff, running right, looking for a cutback lane. Not much room. Give him 3 yards on the carry for Carner. Brings up 2nd down and 7. So that'll be the interesting thing with a three-down lineman, how the Corsairs can stop the run. As last year they allowed just 125 yards per game on the ground, 284 through the air. Only allowed 23 points per game. The other side, Sac City's offense, 90 yards a game on the ground, 142 through the air. Here's a toss left and shut down immediately. No room over the edge. No gain or potentially even a loss of a half a yard. That brings up 3rd down and medium. Money down. The CR defense. Linebackers for Redwoods will be Caden Wilkinson and Caleb Morgan, Isaiah Tangaloa. The penny back, Jair Alexander, the nickel. Corners will be Mavis Christian and Keon Miller, Victory Orikanu, and Jackson Selden, the safeties. 3rd down and 6. Snap out of the gun. Dropping back to pass. Rolling out now Arcuri. Eyes downfield. Pressure coming and just has to throw it away. Bring up 4th down and 6 with 10:32 to go in the first quarter. Panthers will bring on the punt team. And that's what you wanted to see out of the defense. The first opportunity they give up a touchdown, again, put in a horrible position. A, you're pinned up against your goal line, but B, you're not even expecting to be going out there that early. You're not mentally prepared to go on the field.
Yeah, it's nice for the defense to have a drive with some fuel behind them for sure.
Dominic Connat deep to return for Redwoods. Pressure coming. Kick is away. Connat waves for a fair catch and makes it at the 20. See the offense trot back out. They did get a 1st down on their first offensive drive, but stalled out near midfield. And Ohlenberger looking good on the ground. The sophomore out of Clear Lake. Got some run last year as a freshman, was the backup to Zay Hemmings. And he's going to get the bulk of the carries with the ones here today as Buckland's going to work out of the shotgun. Ohlenberger to his right. They'll shift the formation. 2 tight ends set with Hayes and Dascom, the tight ends. Handoff to Ohlenberger running left, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Absolutely no room. Kano Marshall, defensive lineman, weighing in just shy of 300 pounds and dragged down Ohlenberger with all that weight for a 4-yard loss. And again, behind the sticks on 2nd down for the Corsairs. Daskin comes off the tight end. Another receiver back out. Darren Dodd split out wide left again. Corsairs right to left as we see it. It's going to be a handoff to Ohlenberger up the middle. Not much room. Maybe enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. Rennie Fanate in on the stop for the Panthers. Brings up third down and long. 9:30 to go, first quarter. Game one of Redwoods football. Next week will be on the road. Night game, 6 p.m. kickoff at Foothill. Empty set for Buckland. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Ball at their own 21-yard line. Snap, Buckland looking right. Now tucks it down, and he's going to run. Not much room. Makes a couple guys miss. Tripped up, goes down at the 27. Well short of the line to gain. Bring up another fourth down. And on comes Cole Newton and the punt team again. The offense struggling to get going for Redwoods here, game one. We'll see it start. Depends, it seems to kind of flip-flop. More returners on defense, the defense experienced, you can see that. And again, that's going to be the nature of junior college football, the level of turnover that you see in these games. Seasons. As Newton on to punt. Pressure coming, but it was able to get it away. It's going to be fielded at the 45 by McFarland. McFarland with a cutback, still on his feet, dragged down, but into Redwoods territory. Going to be downed at the 39-yard line. No flag, so it'll be good starting field position for the Panthers. They hold a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. Again, Liam Warner, Mitchell Manji here on ESPN 107.3 FM and AM 1340 KATA. Also running on the College of the Redwoods football YouTube live stream. It's game one. And the defense back out on the field for Redwoods. 1st and 10 from the CR 39. 3 receivers left, 1 right for the Panthers. Jack Carner remains in as the running back alongside Arcuri. Put a man in motion, throw a little bubble screen out to the left. Not much room to run. Letuli Lika with the catch and brought down quickly by Marvis Christian. So a gain of 2 officially. Marvis Christian getting the start at corner opposite Keon Miller. Just a freshman, first year with Redwoods. Play action. Arcuri dropping back to pass. Eyes downfield. Got a man. Complete at the 15. And dragged down at the 13. Tackle made by Jackson Selden. But a big gain, and Panthers are in the red zone. Big gain on the pitch and catch. Markel Taylor, the wide receiver, bobbled it for a second. He was wide open and nobody around. Able to get 2 hands on the football, but only gained a couple extra yards. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Arcuri in the gun for Sac City. We've got a timeout called by the Panthers. We'll take one as well back in 30 seconds here on ESPN 107.3 FM. So it'll be first down and 10 coming back out of the timeout as Sac City, with 2 remaining, take one with 7:17 to go in the first quarter. They hold a 7-0 lead here at the Redwood Bowl over College of the Redwoods and looking for more. First and 10 from CR13. Low snap handled, and it's a read option. Arcata going to keep it. A little hop step to evade a defender. Picks up 4 on the ground. And inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. Caden Wilkinson, the Fortuna product, getting the nod to middle linebacker. Still waiting to see Christian Solomona when he gets some action. They'll work him in, according to linebackers coach Andrew Haraldson. He's recovering from a knee injury, but was cleared about a week ago and has been getting reps in at practice. A very talented individual at middle linebacker. Caleb Morgan holding it down in his absence. Morgan now up to the line showing blitz, and he is coming. It's a handoff up the middle and stopped at the 5, short of the line to gain. Will bring up 3rd down and 2. Tough running by Jack Carner. Lowered his pads, but looked like he met a brick wall. So officially it'll look like 3 yards, 2.5, the line to get down to the 3-yard line. That's the line to gain. Can get a fresh set of downs without scoring. A late substitution now for the Panthers as Kendall Hearn, receiver, exits. And they bring in Devin Hurst, the 6'2 sophomore out of Placerville. And another timeout now used by Coach Danny Walker of the Panthers. We'll take another one with him back in 30 seconds here on ESPN 107.3. So it'll be 3rd down and short for Sac City here. 5:49 to go first quarter alongside Liam Warner, Mitchell Manji here at the Redwood Bowl. And you couldn't ask for better weather, Liam, for the first day of football season. Close to 70 degrees, sunshine, redwood tree backdrop. Can't beat it.
Oh, yeah, there's no better place to be on a Saturday afternoon than here at the Redwood Bowl.
Trips receiver bunch left. 1 receiver right for Sac City. They bring a man in motion and send him back across. Arcata in the gun, 3rd and short. Dropping back to pass. Looking, throwing underneath, and it's broken up, incomplete. A huge play there defensively by the Corsairs, and a flag comes in. Late flag. That is going to be an unsportsmanlike against Redwoods.
Well, that's a shame if it is. That was a really good play.
And Isaiah Tongaloa with an excellent play on the pass deflection, and you can get up and celebrate. You usually can't do it right over the receiver laying on the ground. So we'll wait the official call, but it came in right after the celebration. And
well, my experience doing these games, they call the conduct after the plays pretty tight.
It might have been, Keon Miller. With a great play defensively, too. Trailing the receiver, got the off arm out to break up that pass without committing pass interference. You're going to get Victory Oricano. No safety. So that'll bring up a new set of downs, 1st down and goal from the 2. A familiar situation as Redwoods fumbled the opening kickoff, and this is where the first drive started for Sac City. Find themselves again first and goal from the inside the 3. Arcata goes under center, 4 down linemen for CR. Takes a snap, handoff left, and tackled and brought down in the backfield. A huge play by Eli Freeoff. Freeoff exploded through the line and wrapped up Carner around the waist, dragged him down back at the 6, a loss of 3 on the play. Brings up second down and goal. It's time from the 6-yard line. Eli Freeoff, high praise from defensive line coach Marcus Coleman. Just a natural athlete at defensive end. They've got some good ends in Freeoff and Saraceno. Said Luke Saraceno is the only defensive lineman he's coached with a 6-pack. He's lined up opposite Freeoff at the defensive end position. Of course, had Connor Long, the Del Norte standout last year. Graduated as a sophomore. Second down and goal. They're going to give the handoff again. Left side, not much room. Dragged down after maybe a half-yard gain. Jack Carner. Limited space in between the tackles. Brings up third down and goal. The Redwoods defense trying to stand strong inside the 10. After giving the Panthers new life on a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Approaching the 4-minute mark, quarter number 1, Sac City on top of Redwoods 7-0. Redwoods looking for a stop here on third and goal from the 5. Snap to Arcata, rolling out right, looking and complete. Oh, through the hands, he dropped it. Tried to check it down to Joseph Marco Joseph, the receiver in the flat. Went right through his hands, falls incomplete. Will bring up fourth down.
Yeah, Redwoods got really lucky there. That's a catch he probably should have made.
So at least a 4-point swing right there as the field goal team comes on. And keep an eye on this. Vince Arcata, the quarterback, is the holder. Snap from the left hash at the 12. Line drive kick is up, and I think he missed it. No. It's hard to tell with those short kicks as it goes over the upright. It looked like it went on the opposite side, but it does go through. So Sac City extends their lead 10-0 with 3:51 to go in the first. You're listening to Corsair Football, ESPN 107.3. Kick is away and fielded at the 5 by Dodd. Dodd across the 25, dragged down at the 26. Able to hang on to the football after that fumble on the opening drive again, in case you're just joining us. Liam Warner, Mitchell Manji, ESPN 107.3. Redwoods got the opening kickoff, fumbled, and it was returned back down to the 2-yard line. Sac City punched it in on the first play from scrimmage for a 7-0 lead, just extended with a field goal on the last drive. As Redwoods down 10-0 here, 3:45 to go first quarter. Quentin Buckland and the offense heads back out onto the field. Two receivers left, one right. Ohlenberger remains the back. Snap, play action. Buckland out. Pass is complete to Reyes. Saul Reyes near the first down marker, about a yard short. Give him credit for 9 yards on the catch and run. And a welcome sight not to be behind the sticks after first down. Their last 2 first down carries have gone backwards, put them in a tough position. Opt to go pass out of the gate on their third drive and brings up second down and manageable. Corsairs have gotten 1 first down so far, as they have a tight bunch right. Buckland in the pistol. Handles the snap, play action, rolling out right, eyes downfield, looking to throw back to his running back, Olenberger wide open on the left side, 40 at the 30, puts down his shoulder and goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The play action rollout right, Olenberger leaked out left, nobody covered him, and an explosive play flips the field for Redwoods here in the first quarter. Olenberger getting it done on the ground and through the air, as he has the Corsairs' longest play from scrimmage here in the first quarter. Empty set now, 3 receivers right for Buckland. Brings Olenberger in motion. They give it to him on the speed sweep. No, Buckland keeps it up the middle. Looking for room. Buckland puts his shoulder down near the first down marker, and I think that's good enough to move the sticks. 10 yards on the ground for Quentin Buckland Q, as he's known around the program. And there's the official signal. It's good enough for a first down. So the offense starting to get some rhythm here late first quarter, trailing 10-0 up at the Redwood Bowl. Ball spotted center of the field, 15-yard line. Meadows, the receiver, split right. Dodd out to the left. Now Dodd comes in motion across the formation. Lining up on the right side, a timeout called. Coach White did not like what he saw there. He's going to take his first timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds, ESPN 107.3. Offense back out on the field after Redwoods burn their first time out. 1:58 to go first quarter, down 10-0. Bring a man in motion across the formation to give inside to Olenberger. Olenberger bounced off the initial defender and then dragged down after a gain of 3 on the ground. Olenberger had quite the workload so far in the first quarter. Probably 6 or 7 touches on the ground and a big reception through the air, which set him up in plus territory. And first trip into the red zone for the Corsairs this 2025 season. Buckland will set up in the pistol. Olenberger, the back behind him, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Meadows one-on-one and now lines up on the line. Press coverage on that right side by the Panthers. Showing pressure, they bring it. Quick throw out to the left, complete to the tight end. Hayes stays on his feet and falls down at the 10-yard line. Minimal gain. But a good job by Buckland recognizing pressure coming, getting that ball out quickly. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Spotted at the 11-yard line, left hash. Hayes and Meadows, the receivers right. Reyes and Dodd split left. Reyes comes in motion. They give it to him on the speed sweep. Looking for a lane on the right side. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage. No room there. Mason McFarland, the defensive back, coming up to make the tackle, and another flag after the play. And we'll see. CR gave a gift on a late flag to Sac City. We'll see if they got one right back. Offense headed back out onto the field. I believe this one's going against the Panthers. Pretty good turnout as well. Some fans on the opposite side behind the the covered side of the stadium. And it is indeed an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Panthers. That'll bring a fresh set of downs from the 5-yard line.
The penalty brings up first down and rush for Redwoods. It'll be first and goal.
I believe Travis Frank drew that one. So Buckland and the offense back out onto the field. Clock ticking, under 20 seconds to go, first quarter. Play action, rolling out. Buckland, eyes. Pass completed to Hayes, and he got dropped at the 3-yard line, and Hayes is down in pain. Just running a little flat route. The linebacker came up and delivered a big blow in the rib area as Hayes goes down. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We come back. ESPN 107.3 FM. So Hayes up and able to walk off under his own power and just looked like a tough shot to the midsection there. Complete blindside, did not see it coming as he'll get a moment to recover on the sideline. It'll be second down and goal from inside the 5, and those will be the final seconds ticking off the clock. And the horn signaling the end of the first quarter. It's Sac City 10, College of the Redwoods 0, but looking to score here on ESPN 107.3. Started the second quarter. College of the Redwoods trailing Sacramento City College 10-0, but looking to try and cut away at that deficit as they are going to have goal to go from the 3-yard line, second down. Ball will be spotted at the left hash.
The local ice cream shop located in Lolita, using up from the farm of
It's Quentin Buckland in the offense finding their groove.
They are sponsoring every single week of the football season.
Olenberger, the running back, to the right of Buckland. Dodd, the receiver, left. Daska, Meadows, Reyes split right. The handoff inside to Olenberger. Olenberger stopped again. Big number 99, C.J. Milliken. And Olenberger may have fumbled. Yes, he did, and it is recovered by the Panthers. So another critical mistake as Redwoods puts the ball on the ground again. Currently -2 in the turnover battle and 2 huge ones. Critical opportunities. First fumble set up. Sac City with a first and goal from the 2. That gave them their first touchdown, 7-0. And Redwoods poised to punch one in, puts the ball on the ground, and give an opportunity for Vince Arcuri and Panther offense back out onto the field. Curry standing in his own end zone. The handoff looking for room is the running back Jackson Talon Burleson. Finds a couple of yards over the left side. Good for 2. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
Luke Saraceno, on the shot.
Frustrating mistakes early on, and as Redwood scrimmaged here against Southern Oregon 2 weeks ago. Asked Jason White how he felt about that afterwards, and so there was a lot of things to clean up, but it was a lot of it on the offensive end, and it had to do with knowing the play call, and of course you got to hold on to the football as well. So CR showing some pressure. A handoff in the middle and dropped in the backfield for a loss. Pressure came on the outside in the form of Isaiah Tongaloa. Caden Wilkinson, former Fortuna Husky, in on the tackle, brings up 3rd down and 8. Ball spotted the Panthers' own 8-yard line. Stop here would be critical for this Redwoods defense. 4 receivers, 1 running back. Arcuri takes the snap out of the shotgun, dropping back to pass. It's going to be a screen underneath, intercepted, going the other way. Touchdown, Corsairs. The ball was tipped around. It found, guess who? Christian Solomona. He puts the first 6 on the board for the Corsairs. They cut the lead down to 1 score. Look over to the booth to my left, get a point right at me from linebackers coach Andrew Harrelson. We talked about him pregame. He said he would get him in there in some clutch moments. Kid's got plays a winning brand of football, able to put this CR team on the board.
Well, it's pretty clear he's going to be one of the stars of the defense. He showed it right there.
Brandon Saylor on to attempt the point after. Offense couldn't get it done in the red zone. The defense comes through. Snap, hold, kick is up. And he missed it. So first PAT attempt from Saylor is no good. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. We come back. Sac City leads Redwoods 10-6 here on ESPN 107.3. So defense gets it done for Redwoods. They trail 10-6, playing host to Sac City, game 1 of the 2025 football season. In case you missed the news in the offseason, the Redwoods has been bumped up to the National Division. Elevated level of competition. So you see it, we've got a great ball game. 13:21 to go, second quarter. As the kick is away, it's a line drive kick headed for the sideline and goes out of bounds. Another Game 1 mistake by Redwoods is going to set up Sac City with very good field position, but go back to the touchdown and pinned up against their own end zone, where the Panthers just tried to throw a little screen pass underneath. Got tipped around, found the arms of one Christian Solomona, took it back for 6 to put CR on the board. So only down 4 there, -2 in the turnover margin, which has really been the difference in this game. They've put the ball on the ground twice, once on the opening kickoff and another one inside the 5-yard line. Those two 2 fumbles have been really why Sac City's got the lead.
As long as Redwoods can keep it close, going into halftime, it's really anybody's game.
Pressure showed, pressure coming as the handoff up the middle is only good for a yard, maybe 2.
And especially week 1, Mitchell, I mean, this Redwoods team is going to rely on their defense because that's where most of the returners are coming back. And, of course, a lot of mistakes on offense with a lot of new guys. So they're going to need their defense to show up here, especially in the first half as the offense, gets their bearings and gets their chemistry going.
And probably the most athletic player on the team, Christian Solomona, their middle linebacker. And talking to linebackers coach Haraldson before the game, he said he's going to use him in limited snaps as he's in now. Arcuri back to pass, looking over the middle, pressure coming, and he's dropped. Coverage sack for Redwoods as nobody was open.
Breaks through the O-line.
And dropped in the backfield, bringing up 3rd and forever. Levi Walker got home.
Setting up 3rd and 17.
3rd down and 16. We approach the 12-minute mark of the second quarter. But going back to Solomona for just a second, as Coach Haraldson told him before the game, you got to remind me to take you out sometimes if I start subbing you in, because he's only been practicing for about a week. Well, he's looking to get every single snap and opportunity that he's got. 3rd and forever, it's a draw. Talon Burleson over the right, he's got a good gain. 11 yards, but brought down 5 short of the line to gain, brings up 4th down and 5 out at the 40.
12 yards. Brings up 4th and 5.
So punt team coming on for the Panthers, and it's been the defense holding their own here in the second quarter, doing more than holding their own, really, as they've put the only points on the board and get a 3-and-out opportunity. Pressure coming, kick is away. Dodd backing up, catches it inside his own 25, looking for a lane, not much room, and dropped at the 24.
The return.
Ended up going east to west, trying to find some room. There wasn't much of it. The Redwoods offense back out onto the field. Ball be spotted at their own 24-yard line. 11:09 to go, second quarter. They trail Sac City Panthers 10-6. Olenberger's been doing an excellent job running the football, but an unfortunate and untimely mistake put the ball on the ground inside the 10. The only red mark on his report card, as it's a screen pass underneath, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Buckland tried to go sidearm to squeeze that through the converging defensive linemen, and long arms of one of the Panthers able to bat that ball down. Number 95, Tayshawn Evans, 6'3", 290, and looks all of it. Just a true freshman out of Sacramento, went to Monterey Trail High School. So size on the defensive line for sure for the Panthers. Redwoods has handled it well. It's a handoff to Olenberger. Olenberger dropped in the backfield for a loss. Panthers brought pressure and got home. Olenberger barely was able to take a step after getting the handoff before he was wrapped up around his ankles by Fereni Fa'anati.
Number 18.
Now the tables have turned, and it's the Corsairs staring down the barrel of 3rd and long. All at their own 20. Line to gain is the 35. Empty set, 2 receivers left, 3 right. Buckland heels at his own 15. Takes the snap, looks right. Quick throw on target, snagged. And close to the first down marker on the reception from Alex Meadows. He's going to be marked about 1.5 yards short. And first half, game 1, send the punt team on.
Brings up 4th and 3. Redwood. We'll bring the punt team out.
And Cody Hayes took that big hit in the first quarter is starting long snapper, so it'll be C.J. Patro on to do the duties. And offsides by Sac City as the punt is away. It's not going to matter. A good punt. Going to be down to at the 23, but CR is going to be able to send their offense back out on the field as Sac City tried to get a jump on the punt.
Just for Redwood early.
We'll walk the football all the way back as we wait to hear the call from our referee. Again, a beautiful afternoon here in Arcata, California. Does not get much better than this. So we'll see. There might be two penalties on the play. Again, there was a punt that was down at the 23. Offsetting penalties, I believe Redwoods would have to punt again.
We have two fouls on play, one on each team. Offsides, defense number 71, illegal formations, 45. For the kicking team, those penalties offset, replay, fourth down.
Interesting. So the illegal formation penalty against CR, they called that on the long snapper, Patro. And as we mentioned, he is the backup long snapper. Their usual one, Cody Hayes, took a heck of a shot on a catch. He did hang on to the ball, but got dropped pretty hard, a hit to the midsection and went down. So a backup long snapper, and the illegal formation cost what could have been. Here comes a late substitution by Sac City. They were not set at all. Punt is away, and it's going to be over the head of the returner, McFarland, and bounce all the way down to the 15. So ends up working net 8 yards in Redwood's favor as they will send the defense back out one more time. But the offense has been inconsistent for both teams, just trying to get it going here in game one. Officially will be spotted at the 16-yard line. As an interesting story, I was, again, talking to Coach Marcus Coleman, defensive line coach, before the game, and one of the names he brought up was the starting rush end, Eli Freeoff, and the last name sounded familiar, and so I started asking him about, he's got a brother on the team as well, Luke Freeoff, who's a running back, has a pistol set for Sac City. Hard count from our Curry. Low snap, play action, looking over the middle. Pass is completed, first down and more. Ball's on the ground, recovered by the Corsairs. Turnover meter coming back around the other day as it was other way as it was recovered by Jackson Selden. Two big plays for Selden now. And just like that, Redwoods is going to put the offense back out on the field.
Yeah, think about week one games, Mitchell. It's about who makes the fewest mistakes and who can capitalize on the other team's mistakes more. I think that's what this game is going to come down to.
And hopefully, if you're a Redwoods fan, they got theirs out of the way early as they've made their fair share. But going back again to Eli Freeoff, his brother, Eddie Freeoff, a redshirt freshman wide receiver up at Oregon State. And I want to give a ton of credit to Isaac Streeter of the Hillsborough News-Times, who wrote an excellent standout piece. The Freeoffs from Uganda, as the handoff, Ohlenberger dropped down on the inside. But go check out the piece on Eddie Freeoff from Uganda to Corvallis. Oregon State wide receivers Eddie Freeoff's story is one of one, and his brother's playing here today, especially on the defensive side. Eli Freeoff, Luke Freeoff, the running back, but a very, very just warm-hearted story about the Freeoff family and the exposure to sports. Got their kids playing ball, and two of them here for college of the Redwoods.
You have a connection to Oregon State?
Could you tell? Buckland in the pistol. Play action. Pressure coming. Buckland trying to avoid it. Spins out of trouble. Buckland trying to make a play with his legs. Ends up getting close to the line to gain. Still lost a couple, but was able to spin out of a couple of sacks and shows his elusiveness in the backfield. Approaching the 8-minute mark, second quarter. Sac City up on Redwoods 10-6. The momentum has started to shift a little in Redwood's favor. Some untimely mistakes in the first quarter. They fumbled twice, once on the opening kickoff, once inside the 5. And still only trailing by 4. You got to feel pretty good, but they now face 3rd and 9. Meadows brought in motion across the formation to give inside to Ohlenberger. Big collision right at the line of scrimmage. Number 0, Davon Donaldson, delivering the blow for Sac City. And if Ohlenberger wasn't awake, he sure now is. That's power meeting power, both of them. As the collision ensued, standing straight up, kind of bouncing off of each other. But Donaldson able to finish the tackle, brings up 4th down and 8. Redwood's going to leave the air offense on the field.
Yeah, I think with the move up to the National Division, you're going to see a lot more of those hits week to week.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Buckland heels at his own at 40. Throw on the right side, incomplete. He was looking on a comeback route for Alex Meadows, and pass goes incomplete, so a turnover on downs for Redwoods, and Sac City will send their offense back out onto the field.
Around 35, exactly 7 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Redwood's going to look to try to get another turnover. They forced a fumble on the first play of the last possession to get the football back, however, unable to do anything with it. Turnover on downs and 4 downs. It's 1st and 10 for Sac City from their own 35. Bring a man in motion across the formation as whistles blow. No play. We have a timeout called down on the field. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them. Back shortly on ESPN 107.3. Redwoods called timeout. Each team with now 1 remaining. 7 minutes even on the scoreboard. Sac City 10, Redwood 6. Game 1 for both of these teams, a non-division game. As CR in the National NorCal, the only other team to complete a game was Butte, who won their first game, as it's a speed sweep on the right and room to run, tripped up finally after the first down. But wheels shown by Devin Stevens. Speedy wide receiver moves the chains for Sac City.
Well on the play, good enough for a first down.
And again, defense for College Redwoods, they've shifted to a 3-man front, have typically been 4 down linemen. They'd have 2 tackles, 2 ends, going with a nose tackle and 2 defensive ends. This is their base package. Pressure shown on the outside. Arcuri takes the snap. It's a handoff up the middle, a little bit of room to work, but finally brought down, gain of 4 on the ground for the Panthers. Jack Carner got a majority of the carries out of the gate. It's been Jackson, Talon Burleson as of late. And Talon Burleson picks up 4 for 2nd down and 6 as we approach the 6-minute mark, second quarter. Three receivers right, 1 left for the Panthers. Arcuri takes the snap. Play action, throw, complete. Across the 40, and a host of Corsairs swarm to make the tackle, but good for First down completion to the tight end, Letuli Lika. And the chains move again, so streaking some positive plays together here are the Panthers as they are into Redwoods territory, inside the 40 down to the 38. Opt to go with the no-huddle offense. Arcuri with some changes at the line of scrimmage. He's got 3 receivers split out left. A handoff to Talon Burleson. Talon Burleson jumping around, escaping some tackles. Give him 5 on the ground before he's finally wrapped up. And the head referee blowing the whistle, signaling his own timeout. I believe a timeout to allow CR substituted there. Not sure what the whistle was for. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Arcuri in the gun. Low snap handled. Quick receiver screen and locked up right as he caught it on the far side of the field. I believe that was Keon Miller making the play on the far side. Brings up 3rd down and medium. Panthers have to get to the 28-yard line to move the sticks. Just over 4 minutes to go, second quarter. 3 receivers left. It's going to be a quarterback keeper wrapped up in the backfield, and here come the remainder of the black jerseys to help out. No gain on the ground for Vince Arcuri. He moves backwards, brings up 4th down and 6. So that pushes the Panthers back to the 35, and you're kind of in no man's land. Too long for a field goal, too close to the end zone to punt. So they'll go for it here on 4th and 7. Play clock at 10. Arcuri, the hard count, and Redwoods jumped off sides. This is Dominic Kofi, who's with the program 2 years ago. Made his return to play this season. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. It's not an automatic first down, but it does go from 4th and 7 to 4th and 2, which opens up the playbook quite a bit. As we expected for game 1, mistakes made by both teams. Just a matter, like you said, Liam, who's able to bounce back. Talon Burleson in the back to the right of Arcuri. Tries the hard count again. Redwood stands. Dropping back to pass. Looking left. Throws it too high for his intended target. Malachi Jackson. Pass falls incomplete, and Redwood's defense gets a stop and will send the offense back out onto the field. Teams are kind of following each other's same paths as Redwoods turned it over on downs and about the same spot of the field on the other end. So 3 minutes, 13 seconds, 1 timeout, and the 2-minute warning. As Quentin Buckland in the offense back out onto the field. Tight bunch right is Buckland. Play action, rolling out. Keeps his eyes downfield. Head fake, signaling for his receiver. Now he's just going to tuck it and run out of bounds. He was given directions. I'm pretty sure he was close to, if not across the line of scrimmage already. So, but able to pick up 7 on the scamper. Clock continues to wind. 2nd down and 3 from their own 37. Liam Warner will have the halftime show, including his interview with head coach Jason White. Again, if you're watching on the live stream, you'll need to switch over to KATA1340.com. Handoff inside, close to the first down, And Quentin Buckland walking over to the sideline with his hands up. He's mad. He was trying to pull that ball on the quarterback option, and running back just took it and went. Did get enough for first down yardage. We'll mention Cody Hayes back out on the field as starting tight end for Redwoods after taking a big hit in the first quarter.
41.
So chains move. And first snaps in the backfield for Alec Grant. Again, running the option to give to Grant. Grant looking for room over the left side. Picks up 4 out to the 45. As we have reached the 2-minute timeout, we'll take a 30-second when we come back. Final minute 55 officially of action in the first half. Redwoods trails Sac City 10-6 here on ESPN 107.3. Final 2 minutes of action in the first half. Redwoods trailing Sac City 10-6. Trying to see if they can get some more points on the board before halftime. 2nd down and 6 from their own 45-yard line. So we've got some confusion on the field now coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Referees gathered right where the ball spotted at the 45 to have a discussion. Clock has been adjusted back up to a minute 57. Each team with 1 timeout remaining. Story so far has been the turnovers. Corsairs have put the ball on the turf twice. Once on the opening kickoff, once inside their opponent's 5. Sacramento City has also fumbled once, but did not come back to haunt them to the same degree. The referees break their huddle. And now we play on. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Buckland standing at his own 40. Shotgun formation. Looking left, quick throw, and a miscommunication with his receiver, Darren Dodd. Dodd started to go on the out route and then bended it upfield like he was going to turn it into a vertical route. And Buckland threw it short underneath as if he thought he was going to stay with that out route. So there's your game 1 formation play calling mistakes that you would expect to see. Unfortunately, it comes at a critical time and leaves you with 3rd and 6. Buckland brings a man in motion, keeps it on the read option going up the middle. Buckland swallowed up, no room, as he only got a gain of 2 on the rush, running like a read with the man in motion. Brings up 4th down and 6. Punt team headed on the field. And the Panthers do have 1 timeout should they choose to use it. Redwoods would like to run this play clock all the way down. They can get it close to the minute mark before they kick it away. Cody Hayes back in long snapping. Kick is up and away. And it's going to be fielded at the 15 by McFarland. McFarland trying to cut it back, and he's dropped down. Tackle on the play made by Aaron Clifton on special teams. He took a shove from a Panther player. No flag. Or there is a flag.
Yeah, I saw a late flag there. Right on that hit.
Well, Clifton with a very good tackle in open space, and then he got shoved after the play was blown dead. Which will likely back up the Panthers half the distance to the goal with a minute to go in the first half. Again, Liam Warner will keep you checked in around the CC2A at halftime. If we have some scores to report, also the goings-on of week 1 of college football around the country today. And
some big games.
Receiver from last year, Anthony Aguirre, a preferred walk-on at Ole Miss. So
yeah, that's huge for him.
College of the Redwoods graduates making some names for themselves as he's trying to create a spot on the roster. 1-1 is the travel roster. We'll see if he's ends up playing, but Aguirre's got that Division I receiver build. I mean, big frame, 6'4", and it's going to be a matter of working your way up the depth chart at the SIP.
The SEC's a little different than 3C2A football.
But the advantage to the receivers coming out of here is you've got a receivers coach, Maurice Purify, played Division I football at Nebraska, and went the JUCO route himself. Played at San Francisco State, San Francisco City. So the unsportsmanlike conduct call finally comes through, but one of the more talented, if not the most talented athlete, especially football player, to come out of Humboldt County, Purify, and passing on some valuable lessons in life and football to these young receivers. But get to work with it, and we can't say enough good things about this Redwoods coaching staff, really, from top to bottom. I mean, you really have two head coaches in Jason White, DeMero Wheeler, just the experience of him as the defensive coordinator, and an excellent support staff, position coaches all the way around. As snap to Arcuri, a handoff. Going to go to Carner. He's good for just a yard, and timeout called by Coach Jason White. He wants to try and get this football back if he can. Panthers likely could just run the clock out. They have it. There's 54 seconds to go. So we'll take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up the end of the first half action. Sac City 10, Redwood 6 here on ESPN 107.3. Second down and 9 for Sac City from their own 12-yard line with 54 seconds to go in the first half, coming out of the Redwoods timeout. Low snap handled. Handoff to Vontrell Waffer going over the right side. Drop short of the line to gain. And blown dead again. So I must have been wrong on the count. The timeout left is not working on the scoreboard. So relying on the old hand tally, Liam, is trying to keep track. Obviously got my wires crossed at some point, and CR did have 2 left. So they'll use their final remaining timeout with 46 seconds to go. It'll be third down and short for the Panthers from their own 19-yard line, and can get dicey trying to get the football back at this stage, as we've seen at Burnham Redwoods before, where they've given up big plays late in the half after trying to use the clock to get the football back. I don't remember the game it was against, but right here at the Redwood Bowl, it was an explosive play to end it, and it was just an errant defensive mistake. So they're able to contain the Panthers. They could potentially get the football back around midfield with 15-ish seconds to go. But we will add, Quentin Buckland's got an arm. I mean, he has a live arm, and that is part of the reason he won the quarterback competition over the offseason. Kid can sling it.
Yeah, and I think he's only going to get better from here. I mean, overall, I like where Redwoods is at the moment, as long as they can get this stop. I mean, given the mistakes they made, it's week one. They made a lot of week one mistakes on offense. If they can, at worst, go into the locker room at halftime only down by 4 points, I consider that pretty good. Make some halftime adjustments. They're right in it.
-1 in the turnover battle for Redwoods as they'll bring extra defensive backs onto the field for this 3rd down and short. 2 tight ends, 1 running back. Pressure coming. The handoff up the middle, making a man miss and getting enough for the 1st down. As the running back Von Trell Waffer. Chains will move. So the clock will stop for the chains. Should stop for the chains to reset. Continues running.
Should, but it's not.
And the Panthers will likely be content to run this one down to the half. They will have to snap the ball one more time. As we near the completion, under 10 seconds to go, and Panthers will elect to kneel this one down and run the remainder of the first half off. As we've reached halftime, game 1, Sac City on top of College of the Redwoods 10-6. We'll take a 2-minute timeout when we come back. Liam Warner, halftime show here on ESPN 107.3 FM.
Welcome back to the beautiful Redwood Bowl on the campus of Cal Poly Humboldt. It is halftime. Your College of the Redwoods Corsairs currently trail Sacramento City College by a score of 10-6. Let's take you through how we got here. First quarter, the season probably started in the least ideal way possible for Redwoods. They fumbled the opening kickoff, and then that ball was returned to the Redwoods 1.5 yard line where Sac City would punch it in on the next play, making it 7-0, and then Sac City would tack on a field goal, making it 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. But the big play for College of the Redwoods, earlier in the second quarter, CR did fumble it again, but was not of consequence. Sac City did not score on the ensuing possession, but the big play for Redwoods was a pick six by Christian Solomana, and the ball was tipped around, found his hands, and he ran it right into the end zone, making it 10-6 as the PAT was no good. And that is where we stand here at halftime with a score of 10-6 in favor of Sacramento City College. We're going to take another 2-minute break, and then my interview with head coach Jason White And then after that, some scores from around the 3C2A and around the country. You're listening to College of the Redwoods Football, ESPN Radio 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the Redwood Bowl. It is halftime. College of the Redwoods trails Sacramento City College by a score of 10-6. Let's take you through some scores from around the 3C2A around Northern California. And Foothill and Monterey Peninsula, they kicked off at 1 o'clock. No reported score there. Feather River at Coalinga, no reported score there. 1 o'clock kickoff. College of the Sequoias currently leading American River College 14-10 at halftime. San Mateo leading Sierra College 3-0. That game's in the second quarter. San Francisco City College and Santa Rosa tied at 21, getting to halftime. De Anza leading San Joaquin Delta 14-2 at halftime. And that looks to be all the, at least NorCal scores that aren't nighttime kickoffs. Let's take you through some scores from around FBS college football around the country. Take you through some top 25 scores. Indiana currently leading Old Dominion, scored 27-7. That game is in the fourth quarter. Penn State leading Nevada 27-3. Just starting the third quarter. Georgia leading Marshall 24-0 at halftime. Florida State leading Alabama by a score of 17-7 at halftime in Florida. Possible upset there. Iowa State leading South Dakota by a score of 33-7. And then Oregon leading Montana State by a score of 31-3. Some games kicking off later. Oklahoma will take on Illinois State at 3 p.m. Florida will take on Long Island University at 4. Also at 4, Kansas State will take on North Dakota. Texas A&M will take on UTSA. And then a big game at 4:30 on ABC. Number 4, Clemson taking on number 9, LSU. At 4:30, number 14, Michigan will take on New Mexico. 4:30, number 23, Texas Tech will take on Arkansas Pine Bluff. 4:45, Ole Miss and will take on Georgia State. 6 o'clock, SMU will take on East Texas A&M. And then Arizona State will take on Northern Arizona at 7. Some finals from around top 25. The big game this morning, Ohio State beating Texas by a score of 14-7. Tennessee beating Syracuse by a score of 45-26. We're going to take a 60-second break. Then Mitchell Monge will be back with your second half call. You're listening to Redwoods Football, 107.3 FM.
Getting set for the second half kickoff. It's Sacramento City College 10, College of the Redwoods 6, as Brandon Saylor gets us started. Return handled by Talon Burleson, and he's dropped. Barely got across the 15-yard line before he was met by some black jerseys, and Redwoods getting it done on special teams, helping their defense out as starting inside their own 20. So 14:54 to go here in the third quarter. Sac City 10, Redwood 6, but with some momentum for the maroon and gold going into the half. It'll be defense back out on the field to start the third quarter. So ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Quick throw out to the right side. Talon Burleson looking for a lane on the right side. He's got the first down and more. Does he stay in bounds? Yes, tied up across the 40, but an explosive first play. Talon Burleson got to the outside, got the corner, and was able to tightrope the sideline. As Sac City with an explosive play to start the third quarter, they are out to their own 42-yard line. Redwood staying in the base defense as all the receivers are pretty tight to the offensive line. Pistol set for Arcata. Play action. Arcata rolling out. Pressure in his face. He got drilled as he throws, and it's intercepted. Flag on the play, but going the other direction. And coasting into the end zone for 6 is Jair Alexander, but there is a flag down on the field.
Brings it all the way back, but another flag.
This one's going to be coming back. Arcata took a big hit as he released the football, and I believe it should be pass interference defensively against Redwoods in what would have otherwise been a spectacular play. Defense has put the only 6 points on the board so far and was looking to add to it. And the signal is pass interference
Called on Redwood.
against Redwoods, which will move the Panthers into plus territory. They'll set up on Redwood's side of the field for first time in this third quarter. That's going to march them all the way down to the 36. So a huge turn of events, and what would have been a pick 6 now sets up Sac City with excellent starting field position. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Tight end inline formation, pistol for Arcata. Takes the snap, drops back, looking left, got a man, one-on-one on the left side, intercepted and dropped. A huge play on the football as Keon Miller tried to go up and snag one away, unable to complete it all the way to the ground as the ball just came out of his hands. And excuse me, Keon Miller cornered on the opposite side. It's Marvis Christian. Almost came away with that stellar defensive play.
36.
(10-6) Sac City on top as a rush over the right side. Still going, first down and more before being forced out of bounds. Running back Jack Carner.
Through a couple tackles.
That's going to put Sac City in the red zone. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. So a gain of nearly 15 on the ground after the near interception, and life remains for the Panthers. A couple of fortunate breaks, a pass interference on Redwoods and a dropped interception, which would have been an amazing catch to Christian's credit, as drop back, pump fake, looking and dropped in the backfield. Tried the fake screen to get him on the go route. Great coverage by Redwoods defensively, and Arcuri just goes to the ground to avoid taking a big hit and dropped for a loss. So that'll be a loss of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 15. Again, 13 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Liam Warner, Mitchell Manji here from the Redwood Bowl, bringing you Redwoods football on ESPN 107.3 FM, KATA 1340 AM, and also streaming on the College of the Redwoods YouTube page. Pressure shown by Redwoods defensively. They're bringing it, dropping back to pass. Arcuri underneath on a screen. Well executed offensively. That's going to be a 1st down and spinning, dropped inside the 10. The perfect offensive play call against the blitz. Arcuri able to backpedal just quick enough, dumps it off to Carner, who's able to get inside the 10-yard line. Bringing up 1st and goal as the sticks are dropped on the far side of the field. Pistol formation now. Arcuri, the snap, the handoff. Cutting back, Carner met at the 5-yard line by a swarm of black jerseys.
Around the handoff, met by a group of Redwoods tacklers.
Will bring up 2nd down and goal. Defense has done their job. Again, opportunity for an interception. When Marvis Christian just could not hang on. Escaped his fingertips, and the big defensive pass interference, which negated a pick 6, looming large now as 2nd and goal for Sacramento City College. Snap, handoff, right side. Talon Burleson, not much room, forced out of bounds. Flag comes in late. A big hit was delivered. It's going to be a loss on the ground. However, we will wait to see what the result of the penalty flag is. Referees conferring around on the far side as we wait the call. They're going to call face mask against Redwoods defensively. So another crucial penalty continues to keep this first offensive drive of the 3rd quarter going for the Panthers. And whistles now from the far side of the field. As a little bit of confusion down. So trying to get it sorted out, it would be a face mask against Redwoods. It should be 1st down, since it's a personal foul penalty. And they get the down marker corrected now back to the number 1. 11:10 to go, 3rd quarter. 10-6, Sac City on top, looking for a few more. They bring a slot receiver in motion across the formation. Snap to Arcuri and drilled in the backfield and dropped all the way back at the 10-yard line. Very nice play by Levi Walker. Pushes the Panthers back near the 10-yard line. Officially, it'll be spotted at the 9. Loss of 4 on the play. Is going to bring up 2nd down and goal. 4-point lead. Holding the Panthers to a field goal attempt here would be huge for Redwoods. 3 receivers left. Rolling out to his left. Arcuri throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. Dumped it off to Marco Joseph coming underneath the formation, and another touchdown on the board. 2nd offensively for Sac City, and they push the lead now to 10 with the PAT coming. So 10:15 to go, third quarter. Panthers find the end zone on the opening drive of the third quarter. As the PAT is up and blocked. Ball still out on the ground and rolling around. It's going to be scooped up going the other way and dropped down. So the PAT attempt is no good. As an injured player down on the field, we're going to go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, it's going to be kickoff. See our offense headed out for the first time in the second half on ESPN 107.3. So the injured player made his way off the field under his own power.
Sacramento 16, it's called the Redwoods 6.
Didn't get a number on
Getting the kickoff.
who it was that went down.
City.
But a touchdown PAT blocked. So it remains a 10-point game, which could prove to be a important number coming down the stretch. 10:15 to go, third quarter. Sac City getting ready to kick it away after the touchdown pass from Arcuri to Marco Joseph. Ball's fielded at the 5, with the lane all the way out across the 25, brought down at the 28-yard line. Was Conat on the return. That'll be where Quentin Buckland in the offense heads back out onto the field. First possession of the second half for Redwoods. 10:08 to go, third quarter. There's some ups and downs offensively. Trying to establish a rhythm on offense. That would be priority number one. Some simple completions, good runs. Just looking to move the chains. Read option running left, and the give by Buckland. Olenberger pushes forward for maybe a yard or two. And just not a lot of room to run. On that play trying to get it over the left side. So out to the 31-yard line. Line gains the 38. Tight end two, receivers right. Dodd, the lone man left. Play action, quick throw underneath. Cody Hayes with the reception, first down yardage. Out across the 40 to the 41. And Hayes was one that stood out during the scrimmage against Southern Oregon. He made some really nice receptions and kept the drive moving. Dynamic, physical, violent player. If he catches a pass and you're a safety and Hayes is coming at you, he's not going to try to juke or avoid the tackle. He's going to try to run you over. Trips formation tight to the line. They're going to shift it to the other side, leaving Meadows on an island out to the right. Handoff to Olenberger up the middle. Again, just a yard or two. Credit him for a pair. Olenberger was able to rip off some 5-6 yard carries with consistency earlier in the game, and he's fumbled inside, has not had a ton of touches with the same result. Slot receiver is Dodd to the right. with Meadows all the way out at the numbers. They bring Dodd in motion across the formation. Fake to him, give to Olenberger. And again, just a handful of yards this time, 4 over the right side. And that right side of the offensive line is the one to keep an eye on, with Jairo Ioane at right guard, Ethan Bunton at right tackle. Corsairs need a yard or two. They're running right. This time they need 4 yards on third down. Q in the gun. Going to give it to Olenberger up the middle, looking to get it on the ground, and Olenberger's going to be stopped short by about a yard or just under. Got to the 50-yard line, and Corsairs likely going to keep the offense on the field to go for it, bringing in tight end and additional running back in Aaron Clifton. So 4th and just under a yard. Heavy formation, 3 backs. Buckland under center. Tries the hard count, no movement. Can make some checks at the line. Play clock at 4. Gotta go. Handoff inside. There's the yard they needed. And guess where they went, Liam? Over the right side. Olenberger gets it done, moves the sticks.
That's right.
So we'll see as we get later on in the season, some teams likely to cue in on that.
They'll be first and 10 at Sacramento, 47-yard line.
As walking down on the track, the new athletic director, Ryan Bezio, as Bob Brown moves up into an administrative role and a more vocal role working the PA system today. So Bezio and Brown have switched roles, so to speak. Handoff, Olenberger left side. Got a bit of a lane, able to squeeze out 3 or 4 yards. But Jason White, the play caller for the Corsairs, is electing to keep the ball on the ground almost exclusively, with the exception of a play or two here to start the third quarter, and likely just trying to get the offense into some sort of a rhythm, get them moving down the field. Chipping away at forward progress, and or start letting it go through the air as they're going to play action. Buckland under pressure again, stepping up, and he's going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Able to avoid a loss, but that's been what stymied Redwoods in the first half, was the pressure in his face. As Buckland drops back to pass, he's got maybe 2 seconds to survey the field before he's either tucking and running or throwing it away.
Yeah, with the move up to the national division, I mean, they're going to be facing this every week, so better get used to it. I mean, you know, in past seasons, there were teams where, you know, that were a little bit easier to play and gave you a little bit of a break. There's going to be no break this season.
Yeah, every team's going to match up with Redwoods athletically for sure. Pressure coming. Buckland rolling out to his left. Tries to escape and does. He's got the first down before going out of bounds on the far side. Buckland using his legs and athleticism to keep the chains moving. And again, pressure is Sac City brought the house right up the middle. Buckland peeled quickly out to his left and was able to escape. Give him 10 on the ground. It's ball now inside at the 34-yard line. Empty formation, 3 receivers right. Buckland heels at his own 39, brings a man in motion, gives it to Olenberger on the speed sweep, upended after a gain of 1. Again, it's Mason McFarland with the tackle. Called McFarland's name a lot. Just trying to get Olenberger the ball in space if possible. Second and 8. Hayes and 2 receivers split left. Buckland looking for a screen underneath. It was recognized, but he dumped it to Olenberger. As very wisely, several Panther players peeled off the offensive lineman to drop into coverage on the screen. Buckland found a little window to get it to Olenberger, but
Good flag down.
Just a yard on the screenplay. As we await the results of the flag, came in from the umpire behind the defensive backfield. They're waving the flag off, so 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Sac City 16, Redwoods 6. The only points, the offense has yet to put one in the end zone. It was a Christian Solomona interception return 6 yards for a touchdown. It's the only time the Maroon and Gold have found their way in the end zone. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Buckland in the shotgun. Grant, the running back, to his right. Buckland back to pass. Got some time to throw. Now pressure coming. Trying to escape out to his left and does. Still going. Buckland with a stiff arm. And he's got the first down. Puts his shoulder down before going out of bounds. Q again on third down using his legs to escape. Moving the chains and continuing to keep this drive alive.
Well, that's why he was the starting quarterback, named the starting quarterback for this game. I think it's his athleticism that really just that got him the job, at least for this game, and saw it there.
Definitely has escapability at the pocket. I'm not sure if that's a word, but it is now. 3 receivers right. Buckland takes the snap. The give inside to Grant. And maybe a yard, if that.
Alec Grant, running back for Redwoods, picks up a tackle on the play.
Brings up 2nd down and 9. And ball spotted at Sac City 19. So clock stopped now by officials. Do we have a timeout called? Yes, we did. So Sacramento City College takes their first timeout of the second half. We'll take one with them. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Redwoods Football on ESPN 107.3. First time out of the second half called by Sacramento City College with 3:04 to go in the third quarter. And each team has only possessed the ball once in this third quarter, using up quite a bit of clock going either direction. 2nd down and 9 from the 19. Sideline starting to get an offense chant going for Redwoods. Buckland takes the snap, drops back, pressure coming, rolls out to his right, throws it to Grant, behind him and off his fingertips, an off-platform throw. Just missed, but yet again, almost instantaneously, white jerseys in Buckland's face as he drops back to pass. Quentin Buckland is listed as 6'2", but still it's tough to see as you got huge defensive linemen on the other side for Sacramento City, and that's, Liam, what you were saying. You know, the size, athleticism is no plays off for Redwoods this season.
You're going to be seeing that size every week.
Buckland out of the gun, dropping back to pass, pressure coming, rolling out, dropped. Fell hard into the turf, but was able to just hold on to the football. Buckland, just sees, getting tired of running, trying to peel out of the pocket every single time. So to bring up 4th down and 20 from their own 30-yard line. Again, you're in that no man's land where if you punt it and it goes into a touchback, it's a 10-yard difference. versus trying to go for it. You're outside of field goal range. So less risk in going for it on 4th down and 20 than usual. As Buckland back to pass, steps up in the pocket, rolling out, throws back across the field, tipped, and coming down with it. Is it an interception? Yes. So that's Jordan Jones, the defensive back. Anytime you throw across your body back to the middle of the field, you run that risk. However, being 4th down, it's would have been better actually for the Panthers field position wise to drop that interception. They would have had it at the 30 as opposed to the 20. So really, all said and done, it's a small net gain for Redwoods, but with 2:01 to go, 3rd turnover of the game for CR. They give the football back to the Panthers with a 10-point lead. Defense has been called on plenty of times in the first drive. Face mask and a very untimely defensive pass interference, which called another score off the board in the form of a pick 6. So we've got some confusion and another timeout. Second one burned already by Sacramento. As we'll take a timeout with them back in 30 seconds on ESPN 107.3 FM. So it'll be 1st down and 10. Again, the interception in the end zone. And Liam, we were just talking about this off air, but calculated risk by Buckland, really. I mean, if you try to run the ball, you're probably going to take a hit after 5 yards. If you toss it up, even though it's across your body into the end zone, best case touchdown, worst scenario, worst case is incomplete, actually, because then it comes out to the 30. So it was intercepted and ended up bumping back Sac City to the 20. Play action, rolling out to his right. And our Curry, big completion down the field, chains move, an explosive play for this Panther offense, out 20-plus yards through the air. Continue to keep this Redwoods defense moving backwards on their heels. Corner's going to be pressed up on the outside now defensively. Pressure shown on the interior. Our Curry takes a snap, the give on the inside, and peeling out of traffic on the right side, down the sideline and out of bounds. Another back-to-back explosive plays. Sacramento City is already across the 50 and into Redwoods territory. Offense really starting to find its groove as Carner was forced out of bounds at the opposing 45. Vince Arcuri did an excellent job at the helm today for the Panthers, positioned at the 50-yard line. Takes the snap out of the shotgun. Handoff, left side, dropped for a loss in the backfield. Talon Burleson. Loss of just 1 on the play as clock winds near 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and that's really since about halfway through the 2nd quarter, the job that the Panthers have done, just keeping possession of the ball, keeping the clock running, and still getting positive yards. They're not looking to go for it all. 2nd down and 11. Play action. Quick throw out and through the hands of his intended target, Leitulilika. Stops the clock with 12 seconds to go and brings up 3rd down and 11. Money down. This Redwoods defense, and they need a stop here badly. Trailing by 2 scores. Just about to turn the page and head into the 4th quarter. 3 receivers bunched tightly to the right. Lone man is Markel Taylor left. Arcuri gets the snap, drops back to pass, looking left, stepping up, pressure coming, flips it incomplete. Tried the old shovel pass to Jack Carner, and it hits the turf safely, but 4th down and 11. From the Redwoods 46-yard line, punt team's going to have to come on. They're going to have to snap the ball before we can head to the 4th, so ball stands. Redwoods should have their offense on the field to start the 4th quarter. Knott back to return. Snap pressure coming, and end over end punt is going to bounce at the 20 and be downed at the 14 as the horn signals the end of the 3rd quarter. We're headed to the final 15 minutes of action in game 1. It's Sac City 16, College of the Redwoods 6 on ESPN 107.3 FM. So ball be spotted at their own 14. Redwood sending the offense back out onto the field. 15 minutes to go. Trailing by 10. Buckland takes the snap. Handoff left side. Olenberger looking for room. A cutback. Not much. Maybe 3 on the ground, as it's been tough sledding most of the afternoon for their sophomore running back out of Clear Lake. 2nd down and 7. Three receivers right, 1 left. Buckland, little slot option. Pass is completed out, and I think it was a lateral pass actually out to Saul Reyes. Picks up a handful. That'll leave 3rd down and 4. So that's essentially the triple option, but you use the slot instead of having a pitch man. You do read the end on it, like end man on the line of scrimmage, the pull, and then instead of a typical pitch with a running back trailing, you've got the slot receiver who peels back for a little lateral throw. And Sac City not fooled on that play, bringing up 3rd down and 4. Dodd, the lone man, split out to the left. Play action, rolling out. Eyes downfield for Buckland. Drops it off to Hayes. Makes a one-handed little snag. Stays in bounds. Tries to run another man over before being forced out of bounds. But sticks move. Cody Hayes, Mr. Reliable there at tight end. There was one defender in between Buckland, the one who was covering Hayes, opted to go pressure the quarterback. And as it just got dumped off a little outside to Hayes, he was able to haul it in with one hand and push it on out to the 30. So empty set now. Holenberger comes in motion, play action. Q dropping back, throw over the middle on target, complete. It's Reyes again. First down yardage and signs of life from the Redwoods offense here in the fourth quarter.
First and 10 Redwoods from the 41.
Very nice route, good throw, on time, on target, and an excellent job by Reyes to hang on to that one through the hit. Ball out now at the 41. Meadows and Reyes out right. Tight end Dascom moves from left to right. Snap, the give to Olenberger. Olenberger with some room on the right side. Looking to turn the corner. Olenberger puts his shoulder down and is going to be dragged down across the 50, close to the sticks. Maybe a half yard short. It will be second down, but a good carry puts Redwoods out at midfield. The ball spotted at the right hash. Buckland heels at his own 45, drops back, play action. Pressure coming, rolling out, throwing, passes caught. Far side of the field, a little toe tap by Alex Meadows. Another first down, and the chains continue to move for Redwood's offense that has struggled to find a rhythm all game long. Finally getting something going here. With 11.5 to go in the fourth quarter. They trail by 2 scores, down by 10. It's not 100% necessary, but you'd really, really like to get 6 on this drive. High snap, handled, and crushed in the backfield. Olenberger with nowhere to go. The timing was off on the snap, and again, it's C.J. Millison, the 6'1 freshman defensive lineman who's made some very nice plays in the backfield this afternoon, gets another one there. Plus territory for Redwoods. Ball spotted at the Sac City 43. Empty formation, 3 left, 2 right. Buckland alone in midfield. Gives it to Olenberger going left on the speed sweep. Olenberger cut down across the 40. Gets it back to about the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Brings it back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 3rd and 10.
So your options here, you don't have to go for the first down. You're already in 4 down territory regardless. So depending on the way Jason White opts to approach this, you could either try to hit a slant or run the ball to pick up 4 or 5 yards to try and make it 4th and manageable, or go for it all on 3rd. Throw out to the left is going to be caught by Dodd. That's flag comes down in the backfield. Dodd down to the 25, and there's an injured player down on the field for the Panthers, but it appears as if the chains will move pending the penalty call. And as the injured Panther down on the field, we're going to go ahead and take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get back to you with the results of the penalty and if that 3rd down conversion stands for Redwoods here on ESPN 107.3. So the result of the penalty was a roughing the passer call after the Ball was away. Buckland took a hit, so the completion got him to the 25, half the distance to the goal, take him to the 12.5. Quick throw, Buckland on the far side, snagged and caught, extending short of the line to gain, but Alex Meadows with a very nice catch. As Dodd and Meadows have impressed here on this drive with a couple of snags outside, framing their body, showing off the catch radius. The clock continues to be a factor as we approach the 9.5-minute mark. This drive 6.5 minutes and counting. So it's going to be imperative the defense gets a stop on the other end as well, considering how few drives each team has had this second half. Q goes under center. Handoff, right side. Over Olenberger looking for a lane. Gets enough for the first down. Did not need to score. So that should bring up first and goal. And the sticks will drop on the far side. Shout out to College of the Redwoods baseball team working the chain gang on the far side of the field. As a handoff, right side. Getting across, breaking the plane, touchdown, Corsairs. I think that was Alec Grant who got the carry. Oh, it's going to be Aaron Clifton who gets the first touchdown. PAT is up, and it's good. So Corsairs get a touchdown offensively finally in the fourth quarter. They've cut the lead to 3, 8:41 to go. Do not touch your radio dial. You're going to want to keep it locked to ESPN 107.3 FM. .841 to go, third quarter. And Brandon Saylor kicks it away. Fielded at the 10 by the Panthers. And a cutback lane for McFarland. McFarland lost the football. And I believe the Panthers got on top, back on top of it. Yes, they did. It almost was exactly what Redwoods needed right there, but unable to come up with a loose football. So that'll put Sac City all the way out to the 42-yard line. They will come out with an empty formation, 3 receivers right, 2 left. Our Curry alone in the backfield. Corsairs bring 4. They throw it up to the left side. Caught at the 30. Stiff arms a man down the left side. And just like that, the Panthers answer right back. Markel Taylor went up and grabbed that one and took it to the house. He may have stepped out. One of the referees does not have his hat to signal somebody went out of bounds. Did he go out before touching the ball? I do not see a yellow flag, but with 8:20 for the moment, Panthers have extended the lead. So they're going to say that Taylor did step out on the far side of the field. All the way back where the referee on the far sideline tossed his hat down, which will be at the 39-yard line. So,
Oh, very late flag.
a flag at the far side. We might be going back to where we originally started.
Obviously going to be some sort of dead ball foul.
And you're an expert on those, Liam.
We've seen a lot of them throughout our time doing these games.
Our short 2 years and change.
Yeah. But I think someone said something on the Sac City sideline. That's what it looked like.
Well, there's got to be frustration when you get a long touchdown reception like that, and then it gets called back, and he goes out in front of your own sideline. It's
yeah, I think the official
not a good time to argue.
The official on that sideline heard something they didn't like and tossed the flag.
The referee's still conferring as several of them making some marks on their little notepads. Depending on who the number's for. And white jerseys of Sacramento City keep making their way further and further backwards. And they're taking this from the original line of scrimmage back 15 yards.
So it's illegal touching, I think they're calling.
So that's usually when the hat comes off to mark that he went out of bounds. So it's no play, illegal touching with the penalty, plus you get the 15 on top of that, I believe.
So the reason I thought it was a dead ball foul is the flag came out well during the dead ball period. I think the officials were discussing it, and then flag came out late.
And here's the kicker on top of that, because of its illegal touching, lost it down.
That's right.
So second down and forever. Tables turned really quickly. What went from what looked like a Panthers touchdown to now it's 2nd and 27, and still a 3-point game, 8:20 to go.
Well, Redwoods needs to make it hurt.
Arcata in the pistol. Play action, drop him back. Setting up to throw down the field wide right of his intended target, Markel Taylor. But we should... Is there a flag down? It looked like one of the Redwoods linemen was held on the play as he tried to escape and put pressure on. See the referees talking, but I do not see a yellow flag down. It's going to be holding if there is a call. Pretty flagrant. When you see the jersey stretched way out.
Well, I think the referee signaled a legal man downfield.
What a complete loss as to what's going on, and we have no microphones for the referees.
The referee's microphone and hasn't been working for a long time now.
So to recap, 16-13, Sac City on top. 8:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Redwoods down 3. It's 3rd down and 27. 2 receivers left, 2 right for the Panthers. Arcata back to pass, hands it off on a draw. Hit made and goes down right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th down. And with 8 minutes and change, Redwood's going to get the football back. It's exactly what the doctor ordered. 3 and out after what ended up being a massive illegal touching penalty against the Panthers. Took a touchdown off the board. So both teams have had 6 points wiped off due to penalty. Now Dominic Conant back deep to receive. And flags coming out. This one's blown dead. We saw movement before the snap. Question is, who moved first? It's going to be Sac City again. Panthers' mental mistakes really rearing their ugly head here in the fourth quarter and continue to march them the wrong direction. For reference, Conant, the punt returner, is standing at the 1st down marker at the 48-yard line. High snap, pressure coming. Kick is going to be allowed to drop, and it's going to 7-3. So it'll be 4th down and 5, and out of the timeout, offense back out onto the field. Quentin Buckland in the gun, trips bunch tight left, one receiver out to the right. Hard count, nothing, goes back to check at the line. 15 on the play clock. Olenberger shifts behind Buckland. Ball at the 49, trying to get to the 44. Play action, rolling out, pressure coming, and wrapped up by his ankles. Buckland gets rid of it, but it's going to be out of bounds. And Redwoods is going to turn the ball over, down 3 at midfield. So sent the punt team out, called timeout, put the offense back out on the field. The play action, a free rusher coming, and Buckland, unfortunately able to avoid, gets tied up at his right ankle and has to throw the ball away on 4th and 5. It's going to be Sac City football at their own 49 to try and put this one away with 4:27 to go. Two timeouts remaining plus the 2-minute timeout. As the Panther offense heads back out onto the field up 3. 16-13, Sac City remains on top of Redwoods. They're going to try and use as much clock as possible.
Curry back in the quarterback for Sac City.
Vince R. Curry takes the snap, handoff left side to Talon Burleson, cutting it back, spinning, and gets close to the first down marker. Gain of 8 on the ground on first down. Brings up second down and short, clock winding, under 4 minutes to go. Again, Redwoods has 2 timeouts remaining. Second down and 2. Panthers going to let the play clock run all the way down as close to 0 as they can. They snap it with 5 remaining. The handoff cut back and close to the first down. I think he got just to the 40. That will be enough on the ground from Jackson Talent Burleson to move the sticks and give the Panthers a fresh set of down as the clock continues to wind.
Picked up a couple of yards, going out for the first down. First and 10 for Panthers on the Redwoods 39-yard line.
Ball spotted at the CR 39. Clock approaching 3 minutes. And it's just a matter of when the timeouts are used. I'm assuming one's coming from Coach White after this play. Snap, handoff, tripped up is Jack Carner after a gain of 2.
He stretched out early.
Still no timeout called. Redwoods has 2 remaining plus the 2-minute timeout. You'd think that they would want to call those on the plus side of the 2-minute warning, especially after just a gain of 2 on first down. Clock continues to wind, and if that's the case, we'll see how the result of this play goes. Maybe the last one before the 2-minute timeout is wrapped up and dropped in the backfield is Jack Carner. Isaiah Tongaloa coming up to make the stop, and second timeout of the half is going to be burned by Redwood. So they will have 1 remaining plus the 2-minute timeout with 2:16 to go, as we'll take a 30-second timeout coming back shortly here on ESPN 107.3. So it'll be 3rd down and 11. 2:16 to go, 4th quarter. Sac City leading Redwoods by 3, 16-13. First game for either of these two teams. The home opener up at the Redwood Bowl, Arcata, California. Ball spotted at the Redwoods 40. With the line to gain is the 29. One more timeout in the back pocket for Coach White, plus the 2-minute timeout. So 3rd and 11, they bring a man in motion across the formation. Snap to Arcuri, handoff right side. Talent Burleson stumbles, falls forward, and gets the first down. That will just about do it. Needed 11, got 13. And Coach White drops his head for a moment, sauntering back to the sideline as he knows that any shot at getting the football back just dropped down to a minuscule percentage with that first down. We'll take another 30-second timeout. We come back, we'll wrap this one up. Final 2:08 remaining. You got the 2-minute timeout, final timeout for Redwoods here on ESPN 107.3. .208 remaining in the game. 1st down and 10 for the Sac City Panthers as they are positioned extremely well to take this opening game. Reseed to a national division. The Redwoods couldn't ask for a much better setup with 2:16 to go and the 2-minute timeout in front of you. With 3rd down and 11, they got gashed on the ground by Jackson Talon Burleson. The 2:08 clock will stop after this play if they keep it on the ground because of the 2-minute timeout. They're going to hand again to Talon Burleson. You got to hope to punch the ball loose as they're going to let him rattle it off. Another first down and timeout on the field as the clock displaying 2 minutes. So we'll be back. Final 2 minutes of action here from the Redwood Bowl on ESPN 107.3, back in 30 seconds. So game 1 of the College of the Redwoods appearances, the team in the national division of the 3C2A will likely end in defeat here as there's 2 minutes on the clock. 1st down and 10. 4 knees should do it. To put a bow tie on this one, 16-13 Sac City on top of Redwoods. And Lima, I must say, though, this isn't much out of the ballpark of what we kind of expected going into it. We didn't have a ton of idea of what to expect, but I can say offense not showing out all the way, defense making some plays, but also mistakes across the board is pretty much as expected.
Yeah, well, Coach White told me over the offseason that every single game is going to be a battle. I mean, every single game is going to be like this. I think there were some positives from this game.
The handoff right side. Jack Carner brought down, and barring a fumble, Panthers should be able to run this clock out.
I think they showed some good battle, and there are obviously a lot of things to work on, especially offensively. And this team, got a taste of what the football is going to be like, I think, the whole season. And so, the coaching staff, great coaching staff, they just need to make the adjustments and hopefully do a little bit better in Los Altos Hills next week.
Well, yeah, you've got schedule doesn't get any easier playing at Foothill as victory formation now for the Panthers as Finzar Curry did a very good job managing the football game for the Panthers, not minimizing mistakes, making the simple plays, and just trying to do his job. As did an excellent job, the trio running backs of Jackson, Talon Burleson, Jack Carner, and Vontrell Waffer getting it done as well. On the other side, bright spot's got to be the defense for Redwoods. They got a pick 6 from Christian Solomona, as this will be the final knee now taken to conclude this game. So clock will continue to wind until it hits double zeros. Defense was able to get the job done for a good portion of the game. Did give up some untimely plays, a couple of penalties as well. Turnovers offensively. You lose anytime you're -2 in the turnover battle. You lose by 3. That's one of the big things that you're going to point to. So as the clock expires, final score from the Redwood Bowl is going to be Sac City 16, Redwoods 13. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, Liam Warner and I will wrap this one up right here on ESPN 107.3. Final score, Sac City 16, College of the Redwoods 13. As coming up just short, defense had a couple opportunities to get some stops, an opportunity to get the ball back with about 2 minutes to go. Offense had an opportunity going the other direction, unable to convert a short 4th down. You could point to many different points in this game where, if it would have gone this way or if this would have happened. But that's also the nature of the game of football. So you have to be able to roll with the punches, take what's given to you, and at the end of the day, it's going to come down to minimizing mistakes. 3 turnovers, including a fumble on the opening kickoff, which basically just put 7 points on a silver platter for Sac State right out of the gate. So you take that away and you're able to hold on to the fumble. Sac State doesn't score, you win the football game. There's plenty of different points where you could look to. All in all, I don't think it's a bad game won in the National Division, and I think you're not happy, but you're okay with the result of today's game, and you got to hit the ground running again on Monday, getting ready for Foothill.
Yeah, I think you put it perfectly, Mitchell. I think the fact that this game only came down to a few key, plays, a few key turnovers, I think, is not the worst thing in the world. It's week 1. You're in a higher division. You're playing a good team, good gritty team in Sac City. Obviously you don't want to lose. This is a tough loss, but overall I'm pretty satisfied with how they played in week 1. They got a taste of what the football is going to be like for the rest of the season, and now they just need to get back on campus, make the adjustments, and get at it at Foothill next Saturday.
So just being my own opinion, I'm not a believer necessarily in moral victories. You play to get the win on the scoreboard at the end of the day. However, there are some good building blocks. The pieces are there, and we know that this team can compete, fit, and how they will develop over the course of the season.
Exactly, Mitchell. Couldn't have said it better.
So, help me out, back in our studio,
Zach Rogers
doing an excellent job holding down the fort there at the south end of Eureka, Humboldt Hill by Coastal Media Studios. For Liam Warner, a huge thank you to Coach Jason White and his staff for being accommodating as always. Thank you to Bob Brown and Athletic Director Ryan Bezio. For Liam Warner, Mitchell Manji saying so long from the Redwood Bowl. Your final score, Sac City 16, Redwoods 13. We'll be back next week. Redwoods at Foothill, kickoff 6 p.m. from the South Bay, right here on ESPN 107.3 FM.